is the time that it is. And I've got the candle going. I want to make sure that my flowers are enjoying the candle as well. I'm so happy to be with you right here and right now. We know we don't have to be in the same space or the same time zone, that the Spirit of God is everywhere. And that's where we are right now, together here in this virtual ministry, where we can be right where we are and be together. This is the Sanctuary of the Spirit. I am Reverend Greta Sesheta. We're here every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, on Zoom, on Facebook, on YouTube, and I'm delighted to be here with you. Oh, you know, we like to start with a prayer, and I feel like I've been praying all day about this, that, and the other, and it feels good. And it feels good to know that prayer works and that it's real. And I had a demonstration today of somebody that years ago I was praying for all the time, and I lost connection with the person. I still had love in my heart for them, but I found out today that they're doing all right. And that made me so happy to know that God is working even when we're thinking about something else. So this is a prayer of thanksgiving and praise for this day and this life, this magnificent life that we live, the life of God. We recognize this one power and presence that is everywhere, especially right here where we are, as it is all over, all the time. We know that we are one with it, that we are created out of it, that we are here as instruments for it, places for it to shine, to radiate, to bask and to be. I give thanks for this ministry. I give thanks for spiritual communities everywhere who are doing just what we're doing, joining hearts and hands, gathering together in the one, knowing the truth, knowing that all things are working together for the highest, and that everything that we do and say is to the glory of God. By whatever name we know God, doesn't matter. Spirit, divine, Father, Mother, brother, sister, light, life, love. It's all one, and we are one. And we give thanks for this opportunity to be together in just this way. And so I do release this word to the activity of the law, knowing that it is done. It is perfect. It is whole and complete right now, even as each of us is. And so we let it be. Simply say, and so it is. Amen. Ooh, that feels so good. Thank you. Last week our topic was Keep Hope Alive, and we were closing out the month for Black History Month and all the things that were wonderful about that month, the second month of this new year that doesn't feel so new anymore. And now we have stepped into March with the gifts that the month of March brings to us. And I want to start with a reading by Aisha Mason, who is a wonderful practitioner, a wonderful woman of prayer. And she wrote this piece in March of 2020, which was quite a while ago, and where something called COVID was taking over everything. But the message is so perfect for this March 2026. I wanted to share it with you, and it's entitled, Yes, Send Me. And Aisha starts with a quote by Jack Kornfield, who is an American Buddhist monk and teacher. And he says, "We are now asked to hold a certain measure of the tragedy of the world and respond to it with love." That's what we're asked to do right now. right here in the midst of everything that's going on, to respond with love from a place of love for the purpose of love. And so this is what Aisha writes. She says, for those of us who can, this is what is asked of us now. To hold the world with greater compassion and grace and conviction than we have ever experienced. This is what we have trained for. To be able to witness the events and the experiences of those around us and across the globe, and to love those affected, to love everyone and everything, to hold us all in grace, to forgive ignorance and suffering, and graciously embrace it all as we pour the elixir of grace upon it. We have been taught to be compassionate with ourselves, to practice right where we are. We are trained to affirm a truth that is greater than what appears to be, and to know that there is only one life, only one power, and its nature is life, good, love, grace, beauty, joy, oneness, everywhere present. And therefore we can remain steadfastly grounded as the floorboards shake, because we abide in the realization of the omnipotence of love and of truth. Fellow practitioners of truth, whoever and wherever you are, by whatever name you are called, there are no limits, no borders in consciousness. We are each a boundless channel of light. Together we are a vast multi-dimensional network of light, embracing it all, everyone and everything, in transforming love. Our time is now. Now. There's only now. And we have been called. We have responded with a resounding yes. Send me. By Aisha Mason. Yes. Send me. I'll go. I'll remember who I am and what I'm there for. Send me. This is what we all said in the very beginning before we came here into this time and dimension. That we would be one who would come to tell the truth. To study war no more. To wage peace. To feed the hungry. To house the homeless. To right the wrongs. To stand for love. And to walk in peace. That was our charge. That's what we agreed to. And you know, just a couple of days ago, many of us experienced a so-called State of the Union. And many of us boycotted it. And many of us who experienced it or heard about it were just devastated. We're confused, we're angry, we're frustrated. It was so divisive, it was so full of vitriol and stuff that we're not accustomed to hearing from the leader of a country, the leader of this country. We're not accustomed to hearing those kinds of things. So that happened, and we said goodbye to February, and here we are now in the first Sunday in March, And we're entering into one of the most interesting times of the convergence of different seasons here. We had Valentine's last month. But now Lent has started. The Lenten season has begun. And for Christians, this is 40 days of fasting and prayer and charitable giving, getting ready for Easter. And Ramadan has started. For Muslims, Ramadan is 30 days of fasting and prayer and charitable giving. And the earth at this time is turning towards spring, coming out of winter and moving into spring. And the time of light is lengthening. And next Sunday will be daylight savings, and we'll be leaping forward into another sense of time. We'll be literally changing our relationship to time. Some of us may be late getting somewhere, if not early getting there. So we have these two great wisdom traditions, Lent and Ramadan, that are happening. And the earth itself and even our clocks are noticing a change, and they're bringing a suggestion, they're bringing an urging for us to slow down, to pay attention, to look up, and to enter the kingdom. Not the kingdom that somebody has to die to get to, but the kingdom that is laid out all over the earth and that is here for those who are able to see it, to be embraced by it. And there is all of this information that's just pouring into us. There's more information being poured into humans than has ever happened before. It can be so overwhelming. And we're always downloading something. So I thought this talk, I could call it Download This. There are so many things that could be downloaded, but what are the things that are really important to be downloaded? Are we really aware of what we are choosing when we accept a download as our own? Are we really conscious of it? Or are we just letting whatever is making the most noise attract us and carry us along? Though this kingdom that I'm talking about, that could be downloaded, it could be experienced, it's not trending. Nobody's making it go viral. But it is present, and it is powerful, and it is personal, specifically designed for the I am that you are. This energy, this consciousness, this awareness of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of the divine. I was thinking of the movie The Color Purple, when Suge Avery sings the song, God is trying to tell you something. I think God is really trying to tell us something. God is telling us a whole lot about what we need to know, who we are and what we're here to do. But we're so distracted, thinking about so many other things, that it's difficult to hear what God is trying to tell us. It's difficult to feel what it is all about, because there are distractions and other things are like booming and being thrown right up in our face. That sometimes that what God is whispering to us is overlooked or drowned it out. And what God is saying is slow down. Pay attention to what you're doing, to what you're accepting, to where you're going, to who you're supporting. Look up beyond what is appearing before you, because most of what is appearing is not what is true. It's what people want us to know. It's what people want us to think and to feel. The opportunity is to look up above what appears and not to judge by appearances, but to judge righteous judgment, to judge based upon the truth that we know. And then the final thing is just to allow yourself to enter into this kingdom that's been prepared for us. I mean, we're in this process. And I was thinking, it's kind of like, you know, when you make popcorn, you used to have a special thing to make popcorn in, and you would move it back and forth so that it wouldn't get too hot on the bottom and all the kernels would be equally distributed in the heat. And there's a long time when the kernels are just in the oil and it's getting hotter and hotter, but the kernels are just there and they're kind of getting jostled around and getting kind of restless and unsettled, and nothing happens for a long time, and then all of a sudden one kernel pops, and then another one pops, and then another, until pretty soon the whole pot is popping. It reaches a point, and it feels like to me that that's what's happening with us right now, that we're in this fire, and there's a fear of getting burned by it, but it's a process that we're in, and somebody's getting it, and somebody else is getting it, and more people catch on that there's something more here than meets the eye, that these kernels now don't look anything like they looked before the heat affected them in the way that it did, and they popped open. So we're in the sizzling. We feel the heat, and we feel the pressure, and we're getting pushed around, you know, by the news, and by the noise, and by the uncertainty, and by the anger, and it's uncomfortable. I mean, I feel it too. It feels like, what is happening? And the heat and the discomfort is all a part of the process. It's all a part of the preparation of us actually waking up and becoming what we really are here to be, which is so much more than what we imagine ourselves to be. The waking up is a part of catching the signal. It's a part of the presence helping us to be prepared for this transformation, this awakening, this revelation. It's our own popping to get out of the fire and really into the light, which is a fire that doesn't burn and never goes out. It's another way of thinking about it too. You've been thinking about making sourdough bread. You know, when you have all the ingredients and you roll it out, there's no fire underneath it. There's no heat. There's just these long hours of the dough rising on the counter in the kitchen. Maybe overnight. It's just ordinary room temperature. But silently and invisibly, something is happening. Something is alive in the dough. And it's as if it's breathing, it's expanding, it's increasing in size from the center of it. And what was flat becomes risen. And what was dense becomes airy and light. And I think our entering into the kingdom happens like that too, that sometimes we're not even aware of the ways that we're growing from the inside out. But the Spirit knows, because that's part of the plan for us. It's part of the plan for our awakening. It's like the bread of life is rising in you. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do to make it. It just happens to be the way for this lifetime that the change is taking place through and as you. And it's all happening right here and right now, whether we can see it as the kernels in the hot oil, or we can see it as the dough in the lukewarm kitchen. The Spirit of God is rising within us, for sure, because it created us out of itself for a divine and perfect purpose. And it loves us and cares about us. this is continuing even in this moment. I've been thinking about the ancient ones a lot. I've been thinking about the ones that really walked with God way back in history. The ones that, dress very simply, just sandals and a tunic or a loincloth maybe. They have very few possessions, very few things that they owned that they cared about, but they really cared about the presence. And they had a direct experience with the divine, even though they all saw the divine in different ways, had different images, different names for what we're calling the divine. It really didn't matter. And I'm thinking about the master teachers, Jesus and Buddha. I'm thinking about Moses and Mohammed. Thinking about Mary Magdalene, Hildegard of Bingen, Julian of Norwich. And they gave their whole life to God. Like we sing in the Revelations, I had a revelation. They gave their whole life to God. And they didn't do it with resentment, but they did it with joy. Because they knew what love felt like, what truth was, what harmony and peace meant to them. And they walked in peace with real compassion. And in our more recent memory, we can think of Gandhi. We can think of Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, Thich Nhat Hanh, Helen Keller, Desmond Tutu, Dorothy Day, Jane Goodall. All of these people that walked with God. Closer to our time of living and closer to our idea, perhaps, of ways of walking with God, with being with God. And they weren't about trying to market themselves or manage their image. They were about being able to hear God speaking to them, to be able to hear the voice of God and to be directed by it and to be connected with it. They all said, yes, send me. I'll go and be called the Son of God. I'll go and people all over the world can call me Mother because they recognize the Mother, the Divine Mother within me. Send me. So, I know what you're thinking. I think maybe I've had this thought. I don't want to be that spiritual. It's okay. I just want to be a regular person having a good life, but I don't want to be that into it like they are. It's really not. It's so old-fashioned for one thing. Nobody much is living in that way anymore. It's really not convenient. It's so much easier just to go along with the crowd as much as you can. Not to, be some kind of a standout or example or a way shower. It's too simplistic. This is a complicated world we live in. It's complicated, and it's just too much. I've got a life, So no, thank you. That's not really for me. I'll just try to be a good person. But that attitude is what keeps us from having the experience of being aligned with the Holy Presence and living the life of God, which is a magnificent life. I mean, we may think we don't want to give up our life for that, but that eyes haven't seen and ears haven't heard what the Spirit of God has prepared for us already. It's awaiting. It's right where we are for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear and a heart to know. It's the most magnificent life we could ever live. A life of fulfillment and grace and creativity and prosperity and health and wholeness. That's what we're giving up when we say, oh, I don't want to be. Because we're not expected to walk around in a loincloth now, not in this day and age. But there is a way to be in the world, but not of it. There is a way to cooperate, to have the things that we want, but from a higher place in consciousness. It's something that comes from within us that makes it possible for us to have the all good of God. That's the promise, the all good of God, not just the leftover junk that nobody wants. It just seems important to me that we realize what we're choosing when we say we don't have space or we don't have time. We don't have the wherewithal to be associated with that. And you know that I'm not talking about fanatics or anything. I'm just talking about people that are learning to walk with God. People that are remembering who they really are and what they're really here for. And I know passing through, you know, a long time ago, I really wasn't thinking about those things so much either. I was thinking more about how things look and how I would like them to be. But there's something about being here for a while and experiencing a lot of different things that does bring forth wisdom. But we need it all through our lives, not just when we reach a certain point and we've been around the sun a certain amount of times. And so the people that have been around the sun a certain amount of times are available to share what they know with others. I mean, there are some children, don't get me wrong, there are some children that get this. Of course, they've been raised in a certain way and they've been lovingly taught. And they know how much better it feels to share than to hoard. And they know how much better it feels to be friendly and to have new experiences and to not be afraid. There's a whole lot of fear, and it's not healthy for us. And I'm not saying, oh, you don't have to be afraid of anything, but it's different. Consciousness of the kingdom is different from the consciousness of the world. And there is a way of feeling that everything is working together for good. And knowing it even when things don't look like they're going so well. I have had the experience of needing to go and do something that I really didn't want to do, but I really felt that it was all right. That it was all right and it was going to be all right. And there wasn't any logical reason that I felt that way. But like I've been saying, the more time that we spend with the realization of the presence, the more the presence shows up everywhere. The more attuned we become to it. So the instructions are simple. I mean, the first one that I think of is have no other God before you. Don't, you know, I've been known to make like a God out of chocolate or something sweet that I just wanted to eat and I just thought I really had to have it. And it wasn't anything that was nice to me or good for me, but I just thought it would, you know, that's putting something, making something more important than the I am. Making something more important than my own goodness, my own health, my own sense of well-being is having another God before me. Because the presence of God is the I am. and the I am dwells within us. So whatever we're doing to the least of these, we're doing to ourselves. And it comes back that way. So to have no other gods before me, and to be willing, as Ricky says, and as the choir sings, to see the best, to see the very best of everything. No matter how it appears to be, it's another kind of a focus. If you're looking at something that's not looking good to you, but you're looking with the intention of seeing there must be something here that's unfolding for good. And the more we look for it, the more we see it. For sure, you're going to find whatever you're looking for. And if it looks like the world is a mess, and you know it, and you're looking right at the mess, then that's all you're going to be able to see. It's not a spiritual bypass. It's not saying pain isn't pain. Pain is pain. But there's a way of looking at it and knowing something higher than the pain. There's a way of looking at whatever it is that feels dis-easy and knowing that in that dis-ease, there's something unfolding that is for good. That is the promise, and that is the truth, even though it seems impossible. The impossible is what the miracles, it's where the miracles come from the things that look impossible. But the miracles are happening every day, everywhere, for the people who believe in miracles. They can't happen for anybody that doesn't believe in miracles. They'll never see one. I mean, I don't think. It's a matter of what you are allowing for yourself, what I am accepting for myself. I'm still saying no thank you to this. You know, I'm not being violent about it. I'm not being ugly about it. I'm just saying no thank you so that I can say yes with the same graciousness to this. And that is my opportunity. That is my authority we were talking about last week. It is my agency, my ability to make that change for myself. The way of the world or the way of the kingdom. If you're looking for a perk, you can think when you enter into the kingdom, I mean, I think most of us have something that we're trying to heal. Something in or on our body, on our mind, our emotions, our spiritual life. There's something that feels like not quite right. And we're doing all the things that we tried, all the things we can do to overcome it or to make it right or to heal it. But these great teachers like Emma Curtis Hopkins and Lillian DeWaters, they say that in the kingdom of heaven, there's nothing to heal. Can you imagine that? Nothing to heal? Why? Because heaven is wholeness, it's holiness, it's one with all creation. It's perfect, it's complete. Living in the kingdom, there is no dis-ease. The healing dissolves in the kingdom. Just like you put salt in water, it just dissolves. It's not that it does away with it. It just can't be there. If you're coming in a dark room and you light a candle, the darkness has to just dissipate because of the light. And so it is in the kingdom that anything that's unlike the kingdom can't exist there. There's no space for it. And if I try to figure it out logically, it just doesn't work that can be so. But the kingdom it's above logic. It's above facts. It's above our ideas of what's right and what's wrong and what's right and what's left. It's a completely different way of being. But because we're spiritual beings, we can adapt to it. If we weren't, we wouldn't be able to live there. We wouldn't fit. But it's our home. It's where we came from, and it's where we're on our way back to. This kingdom that I'm talking about, the table is already set. There's a place already reserved for you. The door is open. And the key is your faith that the key opens the door. And the way out of the wilderness, and trust me, this is the wilderness. The way out of the wilderness is your willingness. If you're willing to have it, the Spirit of God rushes to welcome you, just like with the prodigal son. So here's the invitation for this week. To download as much of this as makes sense to you, as much as it makes you say, I wonder if that could really be so. I wonder if I could just try it out. I mean, if you're going to download something, download some of this that I've been just sharing with you as it comes to me. Come out of the world and log into the kingdom. Set your intention to do that. To be in the world, yes, but really of the kingdom. Log into that, tune into that, download that. You were made for a time such as this. And the Spirit of God is calling you to say, yes, send me. I'll go. That's where I'm bound for the kingdom. Know that there are no accidents, that there's no accident that you're hearing this right now. You're here for a time just like this, with just the things that are going on in your life and in the world. This is it. This is what we came for, to pop open right here and right now. Download this idea, this possibility. Don't download the fear. Don't download the anxiety. Don't download the despair. Download the possibility, the infinite possibilities of your life in God. Download the kingdom of heaven for yourself, specifically and especially designed for you. And know that you can be there in an instant, in the moment that you decide to slow down, to pay attention, to look up beyond what you can see, and to enter in. I had the opportunity tonight when someone called me for prayer, and there was somebody else that had asked me for prayer. And I just got to go and get up and sit down in a quiet space and light a candle. And I just looked up. And I wasn't looking for anything. And then the Lord's Prayer came to me, because it runs in the back of my mind continuously. And the 23rd Psalm came into my mind. And I felt myself aligning with the presence. And that was the only prayer that I needed to say, except that I thought about the people that I was holding in prayer. I was holding them in my mind. And so the words didn't matter, but the consciousness, the awareness, and the attention mattered. And there wasn't much to do except to just slow down and pay attention and look up and know that this is the kingdom. This is the space, right here where I am. I can feel the presence. That's the place we get to pray from. That's the place we get to know we're in the kingdom. Right there. So download it now. Don't wait until the world stops spinning or everything gets better, or all your kids are out, or you pass the test or whatever, in the next breath you can decide that you're going to slow down and pay attention. Look up and enter into the peace that is for you, and the calm that is for you, and the healing that is for you. Take 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes. Put your phone down, turn the news off. Go outside if you want. Look out the window if you can. Close your eyes. Even if they're closed, you can look up. Just breathe. 5 minutes. Set a timer. If it goes off and you want to stay another 5 minutes, then do that. But start somewhere for yourself. Start in that place because you love yourself and you want the highest. And you know that the world is not offering you the highest. Clear a space to know who you are. This month, let your own version of Lent and Ramadan unfold. Let it be 40 days, 30 days of slowing down and paying attention, looking up and entering into the kingdom in whatever way that you want to. You know, it came to me that a sermon can be a song, that a sermon can be a song of God. I don't know where that came from, but I feel like I'm singing to you. I'm singing this song to you right now. And you can join in the melody, or you can come and be the harmony. You can sing this song in your own key, in your own way, the way that you choose. But the promise of the message is the life that you can live in God, the life that you are meant to live, that you were born to live. It's a love song from the infinite to you. That's the song that I've been singing today, right here and right now. So download the song and join the chorus. See how it feels to sing a song of the infinite. Begin to live your life in alignment and in attunement with the song of God. The signal is live, and the transmission is clear, and the bandwidth is infinite, right here for you. You can respond by saying, yes, send me, I'll go. And so I give thanks for this opportunity to be present, to be here and now, to know God aright, to know that the Spirit of God is where I am. The Spirit of God is everywhere, expressing as the I am of everything that it created. And it created everything, called everything good and perfect. And so each of us is created out of goodness and perfection. Each of us is here as an instrument, an avenue, and a way for the Spirit of God to reveal itself. By whatever name we recognize, it doesn't matter. It is the essence of life, of love, of goodness, and of grace. And knowing that we are one with this, as we are one with all that is, we bless all that is. We bless everyone and everything. There's no space here not to be in blessing. There's nobody that doesn't deserve to be blessed. And so we bless one and all, and we receive the blessings that are ours by right of consciousness. Because we're blessing all, we're included in the all. And the people that we love are included in the all, and the people that we think we don't like are included in the all. And what happens is that the love multiplies and it spreads. And it reveals itself everywhere. And lo and behold, we have peace and harmony. We have generosity and compassion. We have creativity and enthusiasm. We have health and wholeness and healing. All that we ever wanted. All that is our heart's desire. Desire means from the Father, from the presence. That is what we're meant to have. And we can have it as we are willing to accept it. Because it has already been given. Not one thing has been withheld from any of us. We give thanks for the love of God that makes this possible. We give thanks for the love of God that is revealing itself everywhere. We don't care what it looks like to anybody. We don't care about anybody else's interpretation of what is going on. We get to say that we are here for God. God is here for us. And this is the world and the space that we want to live in. This is it. We give thanks for it. We know that whatever we give thanks for multiplies in our awareness. So the more we give thanks, the more love we know. The more love we have to share, it never runs out. And this love heals everything. Thank you, Holy Spirit, how I live for Thee. I rest in Thee, I rise in God. I rejoice in Thee. And let it be. And so it is. Amen. Thank you for letting me share. Thank you for your receptivity to what you heard. Thank you for your willingness to download the all good that is already prepared for you and your life. Thank you for sharing this ministry with people you think would be interested in it. Thank you for sharing it on your social media. Thank you for sending a contribution in support of it, a tithe or an offering of some kind. I appreciate everyone in support of this work. I appreciate that many more people are tuning in. Something is happening and it must be God. So thank you. Have a wonderful week. God willing, we will meet again next Sunday, Daylight Savings Time. And the third issue of my newsletter, Sesheta Speaks, will be coming out. And if you'd like to sign up for it, you can at my website, which is revgreta.com. If you go to revgreta.com, you'll see something that says newsletter. You can just click on it and you'll get a copy of it. Thank you so much. Thank you for being. I thank God for you. If you have a prayer request, I'd love to know. Know that if you have requested prayer, I have been praying for you. Many people are really in my heart that have asked for prayer. And a prayer for one is a prayer for all. So anybody you pray for, I thank you, because we're all included in your prayers. If you have a prayer request, or if you have a request for me to talk about something or explain something, present something, email me at revgreta@me. Email me at revgreta@me.com. I'd be so glad to hear what it is and how I can be of service to you. That's it for now. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.